They were very fussy about their clothes, the undies and whatnot. So they had to be totally boiled and ironed, you know, some starts and so on. Apart from my washing machine, I had 3 coppers outside on the lawn. And now these guys came and they turned the hose on into each of the coppers that I had fired up to boil. And of course all the ashes and everything ended up in amongst the boiling clothes and what have you. So I flew out there and they stand there laughing, and that's what they were saying to me. Black, black, black and all this sort of Tommy rot. I said, you're not in America anyhow, the black's as good as you. They might be black on the outside, but they're white at heart. Mary put up a pretty good battle. Yeah. I says, don't talk like that, you're in Kiwi land now. We don't have that sort of language here. So look out. The 3 camps had these massive halls, and we had different shows coming in. Everybody went, there was a different show every night. But they had their own entertainment too. They used to have all the latest movies, and they used to have it in St. Peter's, our hall down there for the local kids on Saturday afternoon, starting at 1 and going right through to 8. And then from 8 o'clock onwards for adults. And they'd have a band playing outside the hall and playing nursery rhymes for the kids in the afternoon and jazzy stuff for us adults at night.
Hey, Joe, how about the white fruit? There you go.
But that isn't all. Music from this orchestra sets them clapping. It's been their day of days.
I had a splendid time, and boy, did I enjoy that ice cream.
They were only babies. Well, we call them babies, 17, 18 and 19-year-olds. Well, they were like ours, but part of us. Ours were over in the Middle East, our cousins and what have you, all young people. And we just imagined, well, here's these kids here, and the parents in America. Their kids are not going to go home to them.
We also have an opportunity to retrain the division for combat. The terrain that we have used here in New Zealand cannot help but fit us for the next combat that we will engage in.
103 of them got drowned unloading off their carriers between Kapiti and Mana. And the dirty southerly came up and they collided and tipped over and everything else. We were picking bodies up there for days, 3 days after the thing. Yeah. There's a guy that didn't even get to the war. I mean, they're still killed on active service, but they weren't even at the war. It's just one terrific tragedy that was. When we knew what had happened, we asked them to bring canvas and grey blankets, so we watched the tides for the bodies to come up. We didn't know how many bodies, mind you. And you weren't allowed lights, everything was totally blacked out in those days. So you had to watch the morning tide or whatever, and sometimes you were lucky enough to find 2 or 3 bodies well washed up. So we'd wrap them up and put them up on the bank. Trucks would come and pick them up. Some came ashore without their dog tags. Some fortunately did have theirs on. And then they'd take them to Wellington. We don't know where to, but they'd take them. But 3 days we were picking up bodies.
We come here to pay tribute to those comrades of all wars who died that liberty might live.
Later, at Karori Cemetery, the wreaths from the cenotaph were placed on the graves of Americans, men who died from illness and from wounds after service in the Pacific.